We're here for you.
Hello and a happy Mother's Day. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Adam Cellini. Topping our news, the roads back open in Northport, but that wildfire is still burning in Sarasota and DeSoto counties. Now reaching 3,500 acres. It's 35% contained, but fire officials say large gusts of wind and dry conditions are sparking up old flames, creating new challenges. ABC7's Erica Jackson has been following this story from Northport and shows us what one woman saw visiting her property today near the origin of that fire.
It was an inferno. I mean, the fire had become much larger within 5 minutes.
Connie Kending was driving along Price Boulevard Saturday afternoon when she saw 6-foot flames coming from a small tree off a nearby cul-de-sac. She called 911, but the fire already spread 1/4 of an acre by the time fire rescue arrived. Florida Forestry Service blames the high winds over the weekend for the fire's quick movement.
In any direction, it would have changed. It would have put lives and homes in danger.
If you go back in the burn area right now, it's complete burns. We got complete white ash.
Dozens of crew members putting in around-the-clock effort, some coming from as far as South Carolina, with limited visibility from heavy smoke and uncooperative weather conditions.
There were a couple times where our units had to bail out of where they were at and get to their safe zones, but we did not have any injuries.
Florida Forestry Service tells us it hasn't seen a fire this big in Sarasota County in almost 2 decades, and now some are arriving to the area to see the damage.
Not only could we not get to the property, but the land was actually part of what was affected by the fire.
Boston resident Martha Shea is visiting her Northport property for the first time since inheriting it from her father. She didn't know about the fire spreading through Sarasota and DeSoto counties until she was blocked off from driving on Raintree Boulevard Sunday.
And it would have been nice to
share it with me.
Yeah, and step with my best friends here with me and be able to step foot on the property.
Fire officials say the effects of this wildfire will likely linger unless Mother Nature answers prayers sooner.
Once we gain 100% containment, it'll be weeks before this is controlled and 100% out. It'll probably be until we have a really heavy rain.
Firefighters will continue to focus on widening the fire lane and hope that can keep it from spreading outside of its current borders. Reporting in Northport, Erica Jackson, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
And it's those South Carolina fire crews that will be taking over the overnight mop-up operations in the area, and there have been no evacuations or homes damaged so far from that fire. And now let's head over to Wendy Ross for a check on that weather. Wendy, need some water.
They really do. And the thing is, we've been getting some of these pop-up showers that have been coming on in and developing throughout the overnight time period and also throughout the evening hours. You can see what I'm talking about. Just a little bit of a flare up here as far as the rain is concerned. And this is true over portions of central Florida, but it is not enough to bring us any kind of significant rainfall. And what we're talking about is anywhere from 2 to 4 inches of rain would be extremely helpful right now. And we're looking at very dry conditions over the next 24-hour period. We're not looking for any rain to develop. As a matter of fact, we only have maybe a 10% chance of some showers forming for later tomorrow, and that would be after 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Right now, we are looking at fair skies with temperatures in the mid to upper 70s, and we'll let you know what we can expect for this work week's forecast. That's all coming up in just a few minutes. Adam.
All right, thank you, Wendy. An update now on the biggest online extortion attack ever recorded. Officials now saying another wave of the cyber attack could be coming as early as tomorrow. Hackers infected computers in more than 150 countries, creating more than 200,000 total victims, demanding ransom to free their computers' backup memory. The attack spread across 6 continents at unbelievable speeds, with an ominous message suddenly showing up on those targeted computers. It was only contained when a computer security programmer in Indiana, Darian Huss, discovered there might be a kill switch.
Take for ransom all the files on that computer, and it also would not attempt to spread itself.
Their biggest target in the U.S. was shipping giant FedEx. The FBI and other law enforcement agencies around the world are trying to follow the money to the person or people responsible for this attack. President Trump says he Might name a new FBI director as soon as this week. But the FBI continues to investigate possible links between the Trump campaign and Russia, and a cryptic tweet from the president sent after the firing is adding some extra kick to that backlash. ABC's Richard Cantu explains.
President Trump spent time on the golf course Sunday, away from public view. Saturday, the president was uncharacteristically silent when asked about this tweet, which hinted he might have recorded a conversation with James Comey before he fired him as FBI director. There were more signs Sunday that those words are haunting him.
This tweet has to be answered. I would advise the president not to tweet or comment about the investigation as we go forward.
If, in fact, there are such recordings, I think those recordings will be subpoenaed, and I think they'll probably have to turn them over.
Those Republicans joining Democrats in warning the president.
But first of all, we got to make sure that these tapes, if they exist, don't mysteriously disappear.
To destroy them would be a violation of law.
Former independent counsel Kenneth Starr, who investigated the Monica Lewinsky scandal in the Clinton administration, adding his voice.
If you were looking into this case, would you be demanding tapes from the White House if indeed they do exist?
Oh, absolutely. The investigation has got to be thorough, and that means you go where you think the truth is.
Meanwhile, candidates for the FBI's top job continue to be interviewed.
It's now time to pick somebody that comes from within the ranks or has such a reputation that has no political background.
Comey, who took his family to the theater over the weekend, has indicated he would like to speak out at a public hearing. Richard Cantu, ABC News, New York.
The Supreme Court may be making up their mind on some immigration protocol soon. Decisions in a half a dozen cases dealing with immigration are expected over the next 2 months, and some of those could be decided as early as tomorrow. The court is meeting to issue opinions in cases that were argued over the past 6 months. Those opinions may also give some idea of where certain justices stand when it comes to Trump's controversial travel ban. Target is known for their low prices, but a North Florida man is in court for his attempt at dropping the company's stock price. How? Well, federal prosecutors say he planned to place bombs on the shelves of Target stores. Charles Bennett faces a possible life sentence in a federal prison after prosecutors say he offered a confidential source $10,000 starting in January to place homemade bombs disguised as food in Target stores from Florida to New York. Court documents say he had purchased options on Target stock that would pay out if their price dropped. Members of South Florida's Haitian community rallied to keep Haitians living in the U.S. from being deported. Hundreds marched outside the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services Miami field office on Saturday on behalf of the nearly 50,000 Haitians who face deportation if President Donald Trump does not renew the temporary protective status that allows for them to stay in the U.S. That protection is set to expire in mid-July.
We are helping America also. We all work, we do pay our due, and we respect, and we pay our taxes also. And we come in here, we bought everything, houses, and we taking care of our families.
Former President Barack Obama added Haiti to the temporary protected status program after the country's devastating 2010 earthquake. It allows them to live and work legally in the United States. More drama on a commercial airplane. No, it's not overbooked flights or a baby this time. This time it's over cake. A family headed to Las Vegas was kicked off a JetBlue flight after an attendant asked them to move their cake from an overhead bin reserved for emergency equipment to under a seat. The video of that discussion now getting a lot of attention. JetBlue claims the father became agitated and yelled at crew members, but the family says that's not what happened.
I had to move my bag.
But we moved it. But we followed your directions.
You know, when she told me that I was being non-compliant, then I said, ma'am, have you been drinking?
Members of the Flight Attendants Union now speaking out, saying these videos paint them in an unfair light because they don't show everything that's happened. Well, still to come here on ABC 7, if you're looking for a new puppy, you might want to watch out. The scam ripping off people around the country. And a relaxing day on the beach goes south after sunbathers were run over by a county vehicle.
You might feel like there's too many problems in the world, or that, you know, you as a 15-year-old, 16-year-old can't really make a difference.
It's not always about you. It's not just one person. It's a group. It's a team.
Just that simple act is transforming someone else's life.
It's one of the best feelings in the world.
It'll just make you feel so good about yourself.
I'd do anything to convince you just to be a part of this.
This is your brain. This is drugs. This is your brain on drugs. Any questions?
Yeah, I have questions.
Prescription drugs aren't as bad as street drugs, right?
Weed's legal, isn't it?
Drinking is worse than smoking weed.
Isn't it? Why
is heroin so addictive?
Molly just makes you feel happy.
I have questions.
Mom?
Dad, did you ever try drugs?
They're going to ask. Be ready. Go to drugfree.org. A message from Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC 7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining.
Let me introduce you to the ultimate Florida window. Do you feel safer with this or this? You'll be proud too.
Going on now. For every 2 windows you buy, get 1 more free. Call today.
Attention. This is an important message for anyone who has taken Xarelto or Pradaxa. If you or a loved one took the blood thinner medication Xarelto or Pradaxa and was then hospitalized for internal bleeding, you may be entitled to significant compensation. Xarelto and Pradaxa have been linked to serious, even fatal internal bleeding. If you suffered a stroke, heart attack, or serious internal bleeding, or if a loved one died after taking Xarelto or Pradaxa, call us now. Our network of attorneys have years of experience fighting the big pharmaceutical companies and is ready to fight for you. Potential claims are being reviewed for users of Xarelto or Pradaxa who have suffered severe bleeding or hemorrhaging, stroke, or even death. Our network of experienced attorneys is ready to fight for you. You won't pay a thing unless your case is settled. Call today for a free confidential consultation. Don't fight this alone.
Please call 800-928-6604. That is 800-928-6604.
It can be difficult to think straight when looking into a puppy's eyes, and that's exactly what a new wave of scammers are trying to take advantage of. An Oregon woman, Tatiana Best, said she found photos of a teacup Maltese puppy online and began texting with someone claiming to be selling the dogs. The seller even sent her a video assuring Best that the puppy would be shipped to her the next day. But when the $750 transfer went through, there was no puppy and that website was taken down.
I felt so silly. They simply took my money.
We've seen people lose up to $2,000, $2,500 for a puppy that doesn't even exist.
According to the Ohio Attorney General, the same scam is even happening here in Florida and also Arizona, Maine, and more than a dozen places in between. To avoid falling victim, experts say never purchase a pet without seeing them in person first, and beware of sellers who require you to pay by wire transfer or money order. A cautionary tale for beachgoers. Police say 3 sunbathers at a Miami park suffered scrapes and bruises after they were run over by a county pickup truck. Police say the driver of that pickup, a county employee, told them he didn't see the 3 before his Ford F-150 truck rolled over them while they were sunbathing. The incident happening late Friday at Crandon Park on Key Biscayne. No charges have been filed against the driver. The 3 beachgoers suffered injuries mainly to their legs and feet, but were not seriously hurt. A follow-up now in a South Carolina murder and missing girl investigation. South Carolina man now in police custody in connection with kidnapping and murder. Police say Jauncey Harrington violently killed Ella Lowry and kidnapped her 8-year-old daughter, Ayanna Lowry. The woman's body was discovered a few weeks ago. The young girl has still not been found. Anyone with information about her whereabouts are asked to contact police. A $10,000 reward is being offered for her recovery. Mom's Special Day was in full swing on the Suncoast today. Several locations hosting special events for celebration. Powell Crosley Estates holding a Mother's Day tea party, and Selby Gardens hosting Mother's Day brunch among spring flowers in bloom. ABC 7 photographer Sammy Chido spoke to those in attendance and asked them what Mother's Day means to them.
Why did we come out today?
Because it's Mother's Day.
Mother's Day means family.
She means somebody that's always there for me.
What do I mean to you, sweetie pie?
Love.
Love? That's why we came, because we are celebrating love?
Yeah.
Why do you love me?
Because you're the best.
I have the best mother in the world, and just celebrating her, that's all.
She is an amazing mother, so we're obviously here for her.
Thank you. My mom, she means the world to me. My role model, my grandmother too.
She's been there for me for just about every big moment in my life. And, you know, she's getting older, so I wanted to show her I appreciate her.
It's a tradition to come to Selby Gardens for our Mother's Day brunch.
We are here to celebrate Mother's Day and have a little brunch and spend time with family.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's the day's gorgeous out. It's sunny. It's on the bay. It doesn't get any better.
Happy Mother's Day.
And a happy mother to all the mommies out there?
Yeah.
Happy Mother's Day to everybody.
Lovely. Thank you, Sammy. Well, authorities say the Walt Disney World Resort, the Contemporary, might have been evacuated for a short time, but a quick review of the systems at the hotel revealed that it was just a false alarm. The Contemporary opened in 1971 and includes about 400 guest rooms in its main building. It's perhaps best known for the monorail track that runs through the structure, and no injuries were reported in that incident. And a mandatory evacuation order has been lifted for 2 South Georgia towns that have been threatened by a wildfire that had spread outside the boundaries of the neighboring Okefenokee swamp. Lightning sparked that fire on April 6 in the swamp, and it has burned more than 150,000 acres. More than 800 firefighters and support personnel are fighting those flames. And we got just a small taste of that in Northport over the last 2 days, and boy, those fires can move quick when you got the right weather conditions.
Oh my goodness, and it was the winds, you know, that's what we were talking about, the dry conditions, of course, and then the wind. The cold front coming on through brought those winds up out of the southwest, and so they were very strong. And things have really died down. Now the winds are coming in out of the northwest, and we are just getting a couple of pop-up showers and some heavier rains over the central part of the state, but it's not enough to reduce those flames that are still fanning themselves out there in Northport, and so it's partly contained, but we know it's not completely contained at this point. And you can see some lighter rains that are popping up as well. We're going to see the same sort of thing again tomorrow with about a 10% chance of rain after 5 o'clock. It'll just be these showers that pop up in the center of the state, mostly east of I-75. That's where we're going to see that, and it'll take place around our viewing area, but it's not going to be enough to put out any fires. And we really need somewhere around 2 inches of rain to 4 inches of rain to really help us out. And this week is going to be very quiet because we've got this high pressure system that's sitting on top of us. And so over the next couple of days, we're just not going to see very much. Maybe a couple of showers along the east coast trying to make their way on in. And then we get these other showers that just sort of pop up, as I've been saying, just east of I-75, moving towards the coastline. And that will be helpful, of course. But then after that, on Wednesday and Thursday, we're going to be seeing most of that rain staying down to the south. Friday and Saturday, though, we will have another opportunity for some showers as a weak cold front tries to make its way through here. But high pressure is going to be dominating. We've already had the one cold front move on through yesterday, and now it's located over the Florida Straits, and it's dying out. We've had some lingering showers over the southern tip of the state. And once again, anywhere you get rain around the state of Florida is a good thing. And 86 degrees was our daytime high today, the overnight low at 73. Normally we're at 85 and 67, so we're staying close to those seasonal temperatures, but we are going to be seeing our temperatures warming up a little bit more over the next couple of days, so they'll be slightly warmer than normal. Right now, temperature readings 60s and 70s around the state. That certainly is true across our area. Mostly, though, we're seeing our temperatures ranging anywhere from 77 to 79 degrees under fair skies. At the airport at 77, we've got winds coming in out of the north northwest, and they have really calmed down at 5 miles per hour. That's true also for boaters. Winds will start out of the northeast during the morning, shift around towards the west, 10 knots, seas 1 to 2 feet, and a light chop out on the bay. Right now, or for the temperature reading there, it will be 85 degrees if you're heading to the beach tomorrow. Tonight, it's clear skies, and we are looking at just slightly cooler temperatures. Last night, we got down to about 73 for the overnight low. But then the warm-up begins starting tomorrow. 88 degrees, moving into the 90s. Our next best chance for rain will be Friday, Saturday, and Sunday with a 30% chance. Adam?
Thank you, Wendy. Sports is coming up next. Stick around.
ABC 7, My Suncoast News. We're here for you. Watch My Suncoast News wherever you are, on our live stream, on our newly redesigned MySuncoast.com, and a brand new ABC 7 My Suncoast app, powered by the Eye Associates, providing sight for life, featuring traffic maps and live radar, and dining with recipes in all the hottest Suncoast restaurants. Visit MySuncoast.com and click on the mobile tab to download the ABC 7 My Suncoast app for iOS and Android.
Monday at 4 on Suncoast View. I'm Stephanie Roberts on Suncoast View, keeping your pup safe at Suncoast Dog Parks, plus new laser tattoo removal and Apollonia Mediterranean Grill in the kitchen. Monday at 4 on Suncoast View.
This is a special health alert for seniors suffering with joint pain. If you have Medicare insurance, you may qualify for high-quality support braces at little or no cost.
I'm thrilled with my knee braces.
Now, there is a simple and proven solution for seniors to get out of pain with state-of-the-art support braces.
I barely feel any pain at all.
Braces for your knees and back, as well as your shoulders and ankles, too.
I'm so happy with the quality of these braces.
Call now, and you could qualify for a pain-relieving brace at little or no cost.
I can play ball again, and it doesn't hurt.
And because of my Medicare coverage, it costs me next to nothing.
So call now.
And because I have this red, white, and blue Medicare card, my braces have cost me just about nothing.
It's true. You may get a knee, back, shoulder, and ankle brace at little or no cost.
They qualified me for 2 knee braces and a back brace.
If you have knee or back pain, give them a call. They can help.
1-800-476-8967. 1-800-476-8967.
But is it? It's really just the beginning, right? Have you written a book and want it published but don't know where to start? You're not alone. Page Publishing cuts through the confusion that most new authors face, like copyright protection, barcodes, printing, and digital uploading. We will get your book into bookstores now. We guide you through the publishing maze and help you distribute and sell your work in hard copy and ebook formats. That's right, we will digitize and place your book for sale on Amazon, Apple iBooks, and Google, offering it to millions. Don't waste another minute. Most publishers won't even look at new author submissions, but we're different. We review your book and provide you feedback in about a week. If we decide to publish your book, your work ends and ours begins. From copy editing and proofing to typesetting and book cover art, our team gets you into bookstores fast.
Call for your free author submission kit at 800-425-5308.
Attention blood clot filter patients. Surgically implanted blood clot filters are potentially life-threatening. Some filters are prone to breaking, resulting in pieces of the filter moving through the body and causing internal bleeding. If you had surgery to implant a blood clot filter, you may be entitled to a cash award, even if you haven't suffered side effects yet. Call the Gold Shield Group now, 888-747-5291, to see if you qualify for a cash award, 888-747-5291.
Now, sports.
An improbable comeback in the NBA Western Conference Finals. Golden State erasing a 25-point deficit to win Game 1 against San Antonio, but some will debate whether it was foul play that helped spark that comeback. This game turned when star forward Kawhi Leonard came down awkwardly on his already injured ankle, but take another look. Golden State's Zaza Pachulia sliding under Leonard at the last minute, and Leonard comes down on Pachulia's foot. Kawhi out for the rest of the game, and Golden State players defend their teammates' actions following the big win.
I don't think it was intentional. I mean, you can't listen to people on Twitter. They're irrational. So, but we wish that, hopefully he plays next game and his ankle gets better, but it wasn't intentional at all.
Leonard is expected to get an MRI on that ankle, and there's no word on when he might return. Well, between games in New York, Yankees fans honoring the number 2. And of course, the man who wore it for so many seasons, Derek Jeter. He's the 22nd Yankee player to have his number retired. And after that ceremony, Captain Clutch took a moment to tell fans what he learned during his 20 years in pinstripes.
You know, I learned that time flies, memories fade, but family is forever. And I'll be eternally grateful to be a part of the Yankee family.
Jeter played in 14 All-Star games, won 5 World Series, and set team records in hits, doubles, and no surprise here, games played. More to come here on ABC 7. Stay with us.
Download ABC 7's official Suncoast weather app onto all your devices so you can stay informed wherever you go. With our full-featured weather app, you get weather alerts, interactive radar maps, current conditions, 10-day forecasts, and weather video from ABC 7, all at your fingertips. And it's free. The ABC 7 official Suncoast weather app, sponsored by 1 Hour Air. Just search Suncoast WX in the App Store and download yours today. Check out mysuncoast.com/dining, your guide to the foodie lifestyle.
This is the story of a boy who is very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. It made him feel uncomfortable. One day, he found out he had something called autism. His family got him help, and slowly, he learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
I'm calling in regards about my mother, and I'm here, and I just want to thank you because it saved my mother's life yesterday. And I'd like to know the names of the people that came in and saved her so I could call and thank them. And she's doing fine. It's a wonderful thing. Thank you.
When you fall and cannot get up, an accident can turn into a tragedy. But with Life Alert, one touch of a button can get you help fast. Life Alert saves a person from a catastrophe every 10 minutes.
Life Alert is a lifesaver. If it weren't for Life Alert, I wouldn't be sitting here today.
For a free Life Alert brochure, call 1-800-652-3012. That's 1-800-652-3012. Call now 1-800-652-3012. For a free brochure, call 1-800-652-3012.
If you've ever had a bad night's sleep, call and price the new Craftmatic Legacy. It has so much more than other adjustables and still costs up to 50% less. Featuring a rising adjustable pillow rest to support your head, neck, and shoulders, bedside power plugs, under-bed night lights, and more. So call and price one today for less. Up to 50% less than Tempur-Pedic, Sleep Number, and other adjustables.
You get so much more and it still costs less. You gotta see how little they cost.
Call 1-800-774-8103. That's 1-800-774-8103. Call now.
What Florida city is best known for spaceflight?
Cape Carnival.
Cape Carnival? Close enough. What condiment includes vinegar, molasses, and anchovies?
Westchester sauce.
Close enough. And now, a word from our sponsors.
One-off from the Florida Lottery. Now available for pick 2, 3, 4, and 5 games. Miss by one on any or all numbers and still win.
This Mother's Day weekend, the science fiction film Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 held its place at #1 at the box office, grossing an estimated $63 million in its second week, while Amy Schumer and Goldie Hawn's action comedy Snatch pulled in $17.5 million in its debut, putting them at #2. And coming in at #3 this week, King Arthur, Legend of the Sword, opening with a $14.7 million debut.
Bad, not
I gotta
bad.
see this one, Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm excited about that.
Chris Pratt is who you like, right? I mean, and the
yeah,
raccoon.
totally.
There's always the raccoon. That's always interesting.
Yeah, I mean, Chris Pratt and a raccoon. I smell Oscar.
I have to. What I like is I like the Jason Bourne. I like the Bond movies. I like that whole franchise.
It's tough to live up to.
Musicals. Oh, La La
Well, it's your day.
Oh,
You can watch whatever you want.
No,
it's your day.
Those are good.
There you
I'll
go.
watch those. Those are good.
All right, we'll see you in the morning.